everyone, and welcome to Gearhead Entertainment. Today's a bit of an offbeat day. I just didn't have time to get through the campaign this week, so hopefully next week I'll be ready. Instead, we're going to be doing the daily, so let's go ahead and hop right in. I'm going to be trying to deal with some of the weeklies while I'm at it. They look like pretty easy weeklies, so I'm going to be playing versus the computer as Hades, and I'm going to do which I very rarely do, which is I'm going to play Aphrodite. I like her, she's good for your economy. Normally I prioritize having better archers. It's just what the Greeks do. They each have, their unit that they specialize. And I feel like there's not enough other economic gods to make up for it. I don't know, maybe if you lean really heavy into Hephaestus, you'll be alright. Alright, so let's see. For the daily, I didn't even check what I'm supposed to be doing today. Let's see. I'll find it eventually. Standard condition, conquest. Alright, so we're just going to have to wipe them out. That's not so bad. Let me go ahead and speed things up. I don't want to be sitting here for a week and a half waiting to build up an army and stuff. For our weeklies, I have complete a skirmish match as a Greek, so I don't think that one will count today with the weekly or with the daily quest. But cast the Curse God power. That's pretty easy. 1,000 damage using Nemean Lion units. That shouldn't be too bad. And then 40 Hoplites is going to be easy. So I'm just going to start building up for that. Hope everybody's new year has started well. You've probably all forgotten about your resolutions, if you even made any. I didn't even make any, to be honest. I had in my mind things that I wanted to get better this year, but they weren't like hard and fast resolutions. So, I understand wanting kind of the new year to be a new start, a fresh page, But also, there's something to be said for, well, if you were going to do it, you just do it. So, let's see. Let's have her harvest some wood, because I will need more lumber soon. And you can build a mine shaft. Let's keep building houses. There's upsides and downsides to the way I lay them out. I can't put villagers in my towers, but also my towers live longer, so it's kind of a trade-off. To be honest, I don't build a ton of towers. I mean, sometimes if I really want to fortify an area, but most of the time, the enemy's going to get through if they want to get through, so you just have to have an army. And if I were really getting the most out of Hades, I would probably focus on Toxotes, but they may not be as strong as Zeus's Hoplites, but they're still going to be strong, so we're probably just going to focus on Hoplites and Nemean Lions. And now I am butting up against wood, so let's go ahead. Our scout has discovered a few things. We're up against Ra, so it could be worse. Ra has a lot of things to going for him. He's a lot of things to speak well of, but honestly, I think defensively he's not the best for the Egyptians, and they're going to want somebody defensive because I'm going to make sure of it. You guys go shop. Nope. Damn it. Okay. Send these guys up here so it doesn't waste the elk. All I wanted to do was have you chop down a tree. I heard the bell. Okay, so we got some cows over here. Yeah, it's just been a busy week. I've been in the middle of job searching because the job I've got, it's fine, but they're cutting back my hours, and I need something that's going to be there long term. So I need to work on that, and then I've been doing some things with Dean. We've been working towards something which hopefully you guys will get to see that soon. It'll depend on how things shake out, but hopefully we've got something new for you guys here in a bit. Let's chop down this over here. More gold. More wood, more food, more gold. It's just been a crazy busy week is all. I like to have a bit of a slow winter. I like to have things kind of, not hit the ground running at the beginning of the year, but it's not always an option. You guys over here. Is that 5 on lumber? 10. On gold. Let's get some temples going. I've also been reading my way through the Aeneid. I believe I mentioned that a couple episodes back. It's kind of fun. You know, I like to get into the old classics that talk about mythology, that talk about just kind of the ancient view of the world. Let's see. We'll still go Ares. And the Aeneid is a lot of fun because you get a lot of the same mythology, a lot of the same background from the Odyssey and the Iliad, but you get it told from, well, a Trojan perspective, but really kind of, it was how the Romans look back on the Greeks. And there's kind of some admiration there, but there's also some fair critiques. So it's a fun story. No matter what somebody tells you, it's not just a knockoff of Homer. It's actually a good classic in and of itself. But just been getting started on that. Hopefully after that will be something a little bit more lightweight. Okay, got a Cyclops. And they are probably also going to be classical age here in a bit. So let's go ahead and get our bear axes. Yep, they're already starting to cause me problems. How bad is it? Okay, they've got sphinxes. And we've got 38. 40. Him here. You guys... Okay, go attack that ship for me. I do not need this right now. We're gonna hope that this is not overextending us any. I don't want to spread out my troops too much because sometimes the enemy finds them and then you're left with that any villagers or anything, but that's the nearest gold mine that doesn't have an arrow ship in the way. Hey! I'm gonna go attack that. What happened to... Did Ajax? Ajax died. Okay. I go attack that. Alright. So, just like that, I should have 40 hoplites no time at all. And I have, I guess, this is the shade of Ajax. And now we have Ajax again. Don't try and make sense of it. How the hell did you get stuck in a temple? See this? This is what I'm talking about. They just kind of surprise you out of nowhere. Now, fortunately, it's just a priest for now, but it will soon turn into a raiding party if I'm not careful. So I'm gonna try and get the gold from there and then move on. Let's upgrade these towers. I did not get Vault of Erebus. Alright, and there is 40 hoplites in 30 minutes, and we have a good standing army for when they decide to pull that nonsense. Alright, those villagers are just gone. We're going to have to deal with the fact that we don't have a ton of gold right now. Send these villagers across. I'm just gonna put my town center. I'm gonna have it rally on the gold mine. Ugh. So you guys think you're slick. You're not. I've got an army waiting for you. So I have that. Really need more wood and more food. Let's go ahead. The cows aren't ready, but we're going to harvest them anyways. I'm not a huge fan of the map Kerlaugar. It doesn't feel like it has a ton of resources. Okay. My Sentinel there. Let's upgrade the Cyclops. A lot of this game, I would say, a lot of this game is your economy. You can be really good at strategy, but if you don't have a good economy, you're going to fall apart. So it helps to just have a better income than your enemy. If nothing else, you just overwhelm them with superior numbers. Let's scout out this way, see if there's anything back here of use. There's not. have a ton of wood, but I think I have enough to make my farms. I was wrong. Okay. Let's get some more villagers, get some more lumber. If I can get about 20 on each resource, I'll have more than I will ever need. It's just a matter of getting there. Alright. Actually, I'm going to take this guy. I'll get some time. Normally, I don't bother walling off my farms, but normally my farms are closer to my town center. So we're just going to wall them off and put up a couple towers while we're at it. Oh, hush. I've got a dog behind me. Don't mind him too much. He just wants attention. Alright. Let's see. I'm kind of stalling for time. I'm taking more time than I need to, so let's speed this up. Armory. And they're just attacking my houses for no reason. That's rude. One of the nice things, I will give this map, one of the nice things is that water is fordable. So, you know, if you got boats attacking you, you don't need to build a navy. So I appreciate that part, but got a lot of villagers on wood, but it's just because I need to clear stuff. And let's get Achilles back, and let's get Aphrodite. And let's go attack the airship. Oh, hush. Like I said, I got a dog. Don't mind him too much. He has gotten plenty of attention. This is not a Hassan Piker situation. There's no shot collar involved or anything like that. He just is spoiled and he wants attention. Actually, what am I doing? I'm not going to train those villagers. Instead, I think what I'm going to do is once this gold mine is done, I'm going to build a little marketplace over here and switch to caravans. Let's see, Roar of Orthus, area effect for the roar, and then golden apples, which I believe causes villagers to produce favor faster. See, that's one of those where it honestly, if it were between Dionysus and Aphrodite for Zeus, I'd honestly go that direction because Zeus gets improved favor, and that is very useful. If you want to lean very heavily into using myth units for stuff, that's, you know, Zeus is the way to go. But Aphrodite does give a small buff. Oh, for crying out loud! I almost need to go hit them and deal with their dock. This is kind of ridiculous. But I can't move my army too far away because I have a feeling they're going to go in for a heavy strike here soon. Well, let's see. Let's move these guys around. So one of the things you want to be careful of is if you leave your villagers will worship wherever they stop building. Which is fine most of the time, but what it means is that sometimes your villagers are just like right in front of the temple when they go to attack, and then you get massacred. So if you don't have a wall, it doesn't hurt to just wall off the village. It doesn't hurt to just get your villagers behind the temple like that. All right, let's build this caravan. Now I got these guys. I'm probably gonna build a farm. Yeah, tighter in your navy here, guys. Honestly, this is a big enough army, I could probably just win it here, but I'd like to get some more of the dailies in. Or some more of the weekly achievements in. Alright, also, okay, so use Curse God Power. That's going to deal with one of the weekly achievements. Really? Really? You brought camels to a pike fight. Let's go ahead and drop the fort here. They're kind of creeping forward farther than I thought they would. That's another problem with Kerlaugar, is they just kind of, they have a tendency to creep. Actually, let's do that. I'll probably build from there. Let's see, how many Nemean lions do I need to do? Well, I guess it doesn't put a number on it. It just says do a certain amount of damage with Nemean lions in a certain amount of time. This should not finish them off, but it might slow them down a bit, which is really all I need. Normally I would be worried about a little obelisk here in the corner, because you don't want your enemies having a ton of line of sight, but it's the computer, they're not that bad. Let's see. Do that, that'll make it easier. Wow, they went through that gold fast. Alright, let's try. Of course. Well, at a certain point, I guess I'll hit my population limit, and then I'll know that's enough gold. I don't have a huge income because we are in the heroic age using caravans. They really take off in the mythic age. And also, they're not traveling as far as they could. If there was a town center over here, it'd be better. Or honestly, if I took this town center and put the caravan down here, it probably would have been better. But it's fine. It's not a huge difference. Let's get rid of these shades. They're nice as kind of like a backup in case of emergency unit, but that's really all they are. So, and here we go. They got another attack incoming. Okay, that's rude. Let's make Achilles' armies too and have him deal with this Leviathan. See, these Nemean lions, they're not like as powerful as of a siege unit as like a Sphinx, I don't think, but They're very tanky units, especially against normal infantry. They just have ridiculously high armor, as the myth would suggest. You know, I mean, if you're gonna have a lion with an impenetrable skin, it better have good armor. Okay. Alright. Can I get the damage? Oh, I already got the damage. Perfect. Alright. Well, in that case, I mean, I could go to the heroic age, but there's not a lot of point. Let's just end this. Dailies are nice. They're pretty easy, but if you do 5 of them, you get a little bit extra bonus that you can use both throughout other dailies and through the Arena of the Gods. And I might try doing the Arena of the Gods at some point, but I've got so many campaigns to go through first. Alright. You know, this Pharaoh is annoying me. Let's just go kill him. And there it is. Pretty easy daily. Not too bad. I might try winning a skirmish as the Greeks. Just to finish out the weekly. Why do I keep going campaign? Skirmish. Nice. Oh, did it count it? Wait a minute. Did it actually count it? Okay, well, you know what, everybody? I learned some things today, too. I learned that the weeklies count for skirmishes. So, in that case, I'll go ahead and call it here. Next week, I will probably have the next campaign level finished. I'll go ahead and pull it up so you can see. The next level is going to be I Hope This Works, and that is a pretty easy level to get through. The worst part is going to be managing your troops at the end, because there is a point where you don't get to train troops, you just have to work with what you got, but it's very doable. It's just, you might need to restart it a couple of times, because every now and then a skirmish doesn't go out the way you want it, and so you lose troops that you need, but I don't think it's that bad. I got through it no problem. And then more bandits, also. We'll probably do that next time as well. That's a pretty easy one. A little bit more time consuming, but nothing too crazy. The trick there is just to let your heroes do most of the work. So we're going to let Chiron, we're going to let Ajax, and we're going to let our Cantos take most of the damage, and try and keep the rest of our troops towards the back, at least towards until the end of the map. It'll be pretty easy. So those, I'm hoping to get through those in the next video, but for today, that is it. So you guys have a good day, and go ahead and like, subscribe, and join us for next time.